You're right here. You're right here. Boy. Good afternoon. Man, it's a good football team we just played. I think Coach Stoops and his staff, they don't make any mistakes. They do a great job defensively. They don't let you run it. They don't let you throw it. Offensively, they create explosive plays. They got a quarterback that's knowledgeable, does a great job. You know, so they go on. They do a heck of a job. We are right now. We're not starting fast enough, and we're not sustaining. Anytime there's a negative yardage play or a penalty over there, we can't sustain anything. But that's coming. You know, these guys, some of our offensive players at quarterback position, they're new, but each week I see improvement. I thought the defense played outstanding. Any questions?
Yes, Ron Murray, K104. So, Coach, along with the game, the offense definitely did better than they did last week against St. Louis. So, this week, what do you think and also, Anthony, what do you think the offense just needs to do to turn those opportunities into points?
I mean, like you said, we need to start faster. We need to execute when there's opportunities to execute. And we will, but you got to do it.
And I would say this too, just a couple details here and there. You know, just detailing things out. I think we're getting there. We're definitely improving. We just got to, you know, our improvement has to be accelerated.
And also, real quick, Leon, just talking about the defense today, phenomenal day compared to last week as well. Just how was this week in practice, and also just a message around the locker room for the defense?
The message was to be intentional. You know, I come to realize in life you don't get a lot of opportunities to do it again. And a guy give you the opportunity, probably let you lock in. And so I think it's a commendable job from everybody in the staff who really told us to be intentional about everything you do. So I think that's what it was.
Hi, we're going to have a question over Zoom. His name is Alan Alford from the Alan Alford Sports Talk Show.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate that. The question is, it seemed like the offense seemed to flow a lot better when it was a no huddle. Is that something that you're going to probably put a little bit more into come the next game?
Yeah. As we go along, there are some plays that we intentionally want to run that we'll have to change a personnel group or two because we really want to find ways to run the ball more effective. And I think that'll help us to balance the offense, to keep the defense off the field. But I think our no huddle I thought it was pretty good for us this week. I think with a little bit more detail, I think we'll be even better as we go forward.
And to follow up on that, how would you assess, the two quarterbacks, how would you assess both quarterbacks' play today?
Well, I thought Anthony started off a little slow, but then, man, he got going a little bit. I thought Nolan did some stuff with his feet pretty good. He just never had enough opportunities to get going. You know, sometimes these games go so fast, and when you play mostly a clean game, it wasn't very many penalties or anything in this game. Man, the time goes real fast.
Kelvin Cayley, BCP Plus. Coach, outstanding game defensively, obviously a tough loss, but for you and for Leon, what can you take from this game defensively because you did play a good high-powered offense? What can you take from this game to bring you forward next week?
Keep hammering. That's it. To keep hammering. You know, I think be intentional like we did. We approached the week with professionalism. We knew what it meant for us to come in here and set the tone. We didn't play good last week at all, and we take pride in that. And I think that's what it was. You seen the pride out there today.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing that I wanted to say to Leon is I appreciate him and his efforts because I challenged those DBs all week, even before the game, and man, they came out and I thought they played outstanding. His crew really stepped up their game this week. So that was one of the things that I thought kept us in the game. Those receivers are outstanding receivers. Now they got over there. And that quarterback, great timing, great quarterback. But I thought we held our own for the most part.
And for Anthony, I noticed during the game you felt more confident, you played more confident as the game went on. How can you build on that performance today?
Just taking it to the next day, whether that's treatment to film to the first practice of the week, and just carrying it over throughout the week and elevating throughout it.
Hey, Coach, Jimmy Jai, D210 Sports. You did just mention about the Renegades receiving core. How were you able to have a strong focus on the receivers, but also slow down the run because they ran for 183 yards last week as well?
Yeah. You know what? I thought with our secondary playing well, it enabled us to get another guy in the box. If we had to play a shell or too high against this team, it may have gotten ugly quick. But you know, the character of our defense and our defensive line also, and our secondary, I thought they played pretty good because, you know, for the most part, we kept them off balance at least for 3/4 of the game.
Ace with the United Football Media. My question is for CJ and Anthony. Last year, offensive line was a big point where people thought that it could be a lot better going into this season with the addition of Tom Cable. How have you thought that the offensive line has looked through 2 weeks, both from a head coaching point of view and as the quarterback?
You know, and I think still getting better. We're still filling each other out. I think the biggest discrepancy in this league is offensive line and defensive linemen. The NFL keep all the offensive linemen, so we're getting guys that we're lucky to have. And so I would say this: I think we're getting better. I think we're going to continue to get better. I think we're a lot better from last week to this week. This week was much better, and then I think we'll continue to go. We just got to find a way to rush the football a little bit more.
I say Coach said it all.
And then, Leon, real quick, I know the defense stepped up, was much better this week, but from your point of view on the field, what things do you think you guys can still work on a little bit for next week?
When somebody scored a touchdown on the field, this is a problem. And I think that's what we got to fix. Like, we got to find tweaks every week to get better. This game, you got to keep proving yourself every single week. And I think that's why I never took that last week L. Was like, no, it's a whole new week. Let's gear up more and more and more about the mistakes, the little things, the details, the fine little details, because that's what changed the game. That's what changed the game. And so that's just maturity, me growing as a man every single day, understanding that's not just football, but that's life. You know, and that's pretty much what it was.
Thank you, gentlemen.
This is a question for Leon. Since you brought up tweaks, I'm just curious what you feel like the emphasis should be. I think today the physicality made a big difference, right, but then there were some areas where it looked like maybe there were some mental mistakes, like on the 2-point conversion. Right. So what do you think the emphasis should be? Do you want to keep upping the physicality or focus on the mental mistakes?
We ain't gonna never stop being physical. So that's gonna be in the air forever. But like I said, the mental things, MAs. Do your job. What is your job? Can you do it every single time? That's what we pride ourselves on, and that's what we have to do. And then I think we did a good job. And that DB room, I just want to commend them before that DB room is phenomenal. All of them got a crazy story, and we love each other. And I think that's what you see out there. Being able to communicate to a man on the field while chaos is going on, being calm in chaos, it's such a beautiful thing. And so I think that's what we do a good job in. They put us in, coach put us in some tough situations where we got to be calm in chaos. Our DC, he'll chew you up just if you mess up. So it make you want to lock in. So, yeah.
Hi again. We're going to have the last 2 questions from Zoom.
Perfect. All right. So, yes, I guess Oscar was going to go, but I guess I'll just take the last 2. These 2 are actually for Leon. First question is, how has been the transition for you from the CFL to now the UFL?
Man, y'all hitting low, man. I love the CFL, man. I think I learned a lot over there. But I've been through a lot in my life, man. And I just give it to God every single day, man. When you got a life that you're trying to go do something, and a lot of people don't believe in you, you got to wake up every single day and still believe in yourself, man. It take a different type of human being, and you can't do it by yourself. You got to have God. You got to have God. You got to have unconditional love, and you got to believe. And where I'm at right now, I take it with a grain of salt, because I understand life can have highs and life can have lows. So I'm very, very calm in chaos. Like I said, that's my mindset.
Amen.
I got a preacher on Sunday over here.
Get good at that.
Look, I'm in the service. Amen.
And Oscar, you are good to go.
Thank you very much, Coach. With a loss, we always look bad things, but after 2 games, what is your balance? The team is close to be the team you want. I'm from Mexico City. I follow the league since 4 years ago. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Hey, I appreciate you following us from Mexico, man. That's a long ways away. I love it. But look, here it is. It's just improvement. You know, when you got a team, it's pretty. I mean, we're pretty good. We just got to detail our stuff out. Once we get to these details, I think we'll get better and better every week. It's like what everyone's saying. You know, I don't think you win games with effort or talent. I think you win games with detail. And once we detail this thing out, I think we're gonna play a lot better.
Have a great day. Gracias.
Thank you. Happy Sunday. Anyone else? Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.